guys, let's talk about the future. Okay, we're going to study the future. There are only two structures that we use to create the future, and they are very simple. Hey, this is the simple future tense with will. We're going to start with this one, and then we're going to see the be going to. Okay, the future with will is pretty simple. I have told you every single class that in English a sentence has subject, verb, and most of the times a complement, right? We have subject, verb, and complement. You already know this. That is a simple sentence in English. We always need subject and verb, right? But that is a present or a simple sentence. We can say Mark and John. Okay, that is a subject. Verb, play. Complement, tense. Okay, that's a simple sentence. Mark and John play tense. But this is present. Ellos juegan, right? What happens if I need to say that they are that the action is going to be in future, that they jugarán mañana, jugarán el próximo año, jugarán en las Olimpiadas, which is in future, right? The only thing that you have to do is to write a will before the verb. That's all, and you keep the subject here. Okay? And that's it. The sentence is already in future. Subject, will, verb, simple verb, plus the complement. Remember that when I say simple verb, it means that the verb is simple. You don't have to write a to, you don't have to write an s, you don't have to write ing, you don't have to write anything. It's simple verb. So in this case, if I say, we'll play tennis, that sentence is already in future. Mark and John jugarán tenis. That's future. And it's very simple, right? What happens if I want to write a negative sentence? Ellos no jugarán. Very simple. I have exactly the same subject plus will not. Or we can also use the contraction, which is won't. So simple verb plus complement, right? Okay, so the sentence will be subject, Mark and John. Negative, will not or won't play soccer, right? So Mark and John will play tennis. They won't play soccer. Actually, let me change this for the day. Okay, they won't or they will not play soccer. Both sentences are in future tense, simple future, using will, simple verb, but the negative is will not. Okay, and what happens if I want to ask the question? If I want to ask, ¿jugarán ellos tenis? Very simple. The only thing that I have to do is to move the will here to the beginning of the sentence. So to write yes, no questions, I write will at the beginning. Let me put this away so you can see well. Will plus subject plus verb plus complement if necessary and a question mark at the end. Okay, so the question would be, will they play soccer? O sea, that means will Mark and John play soccer? That's a yes, no question. The only thing that you have to do is move will to the beginning of the sentence. The question, will they play soccer? Yes. Subject will or no. Subject won't. Those are the only two possible answers that we have for yes/no questions. Yes or no. So will they play soccer? According to this information, no, they won't. They will play tennis, right? So that's basically the future tense with will. Now let's see. The future tense with be going to. Okay, we can also use the be going to structure to create the future. The difference between will and be going to is that we use be going to for plans. When we have a planned action, when we have plans to do an activity, to go somewhere, to visit someone, when it is a plan, when we know that we are going to do it, we use the be going to. When we have certain level of certainty, I want to repeat the word, but when we have certainty, we use be going to. So we have subject plus verb to be, the one that corresponds to that subject, right? It can be am, is, or are, plus going to. You write everything going to. Simple verb and complement. Okay? So, I don't know. Let's imagine that, I don't remember when is the test, but let's imagine that the test is on June. Okay? So, I say subject, we. Verb to be that corresponds to we, are. We are, we write the going to as it is there. Simple verb, we're going to do, and what's the complement? A test on June, right? We know that we have a schedule, and it is in the program, it is in the chronogram, that on June, we are going to do a test. So that's a plan. That's something that we know, that we already know that is going to happen, right? Or we can say, no, let's change the subject so we can use a different, let's use Carla. Carla is a she, so we need to use verb to be for she, for Carla is. Carla is, we write the going to. Carla is going to Carla, subject. Verb to be is going to, simple verb, get. Complement, married this year. Okay, that is a plan. Of course, if Carla is planning to get married this year, she's making plans. She has level of certainty that she's going to do that this year. We don't know exactly the date, but that is going to happen this year. So again, here we have future with be going to for plans. Now, what about the negative? The negative is subject plus verb to be with the negative. Am not, isn't, or aren't. Remember that here you have the contractions, but when you are writing, it is more formal to say is, not, are, not. When we are writing, we don't use contractions. When we are speaking, of course, we use contractions a lot, but not when we are writing. At least not in informal contexts. Okay, so subject, verb to be with the negative not, the going to, plus the simple verb and the complement. Right? So this one is affirmative sentences, these are negative sentences. And let's write some examples. Let's say that we are not going to, okay. This one is a good example. A very sad example, but it's a good example. We, verb to be for We are, but we need to be negative. We aren't going to go to concert. I don't remember how to spell concert. Concert? Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I don't remember how to spell concert. I think it's like that, concert. I'm not sure. I will have to check. You can check too. Concert. This is with C, I think. Okay, so why do I use be going to? Because I know for sure that due to the quarantine, we are not going to go to the concert, right? The Guns N' Roses concert was canceled, so I'm not going to go to the concert, right? And the same happens here. Carla isn't going to get married by now. Okay, why? Again, because due to the quarantine, the church is closed, so she can't get married. She isn't going to get married by now. Okay, by now or this year or soon, whatever, right? That's the complement. And the questions, what happens with questions? When we have questions, the only thing that we need to do is move the verb to be to the beginning, right? So the structure would be verb to be. Am, is, or are, subject, going to, simple verb, and complement if necessary, and don't forget the question mark. So I want to ask, ¿se va a casar Carla este año? Right? That's the question I want to know. So all what I have to do is move the verb to be to the beginning of the sentence. Is Carla going to get married this year? That's my question, right? And again, yes, no questions have only two possible answers. We can say yes, I'm so sorry, this is too short. Okay, so we have two possible answers. Yes, subject plus the verb to be that corresponds, is, are, or am, it depends, that's why we have here be, or no, subject and the verb to be is not, am not, are not, with the negative not, right? Okay, so is Carla going to get married this year? No, she isn't. Or yes, she is, depending on. Are you going to go to the concert? Yes, I am, or no, I am not. Are we going to do a test on June? Yes, we are, or no, we aren't, we are not. That depends. Okay? So that's all what you need to know. We always have subject and verb, but we change the verb to be with going to before the simple verb. As I said before, both are future tenses. We use will for intentions, promises, for things that are not planned, and we use be going to when we are certain about, well, certain that this is going to happen. When we have plans and we have, we have planned before this activity, right? So that's all what you need to know. And later in another class we're going to see the WH questions. But by now let's get with this. Okay, so see you in the next video.